So this is me falling asleep at my desk because I just have no energy. And since you clicked on this video, I'm guessing you probably relate to the feeling of being tired, feeling drained, exhausted, or just having this constant low level of energy. Maybe you have normalized being tired and think this is just how life is. I thought that too, but my life honestly completely changed when I started doing these 10 things that I'm going to share with you in this video. I always needed naps. And I just thought, okay, maybe that's just life in my 30s. That's just what life is now. I just didn't know it differently. Being tired and having no energy was literally my baseline. This was my normal. But then I went on a little glow up journey and I lost some weight and I made some changes to my lifestyle. And suddenly I realized, oh, this is how you actually supposed to feel. You're supposed to wake up with energy. You're supposed to not wanting naps in the afternoon. And I was like, wow, now I have unlimited energy. And it's just down to the certain habits that I started to incorporate. And I'm going to share with you in this video what these changes are. So if you're in a place right now where you feel like you have no energy, you always feel drained, you just cannot focus, like you're literally tired of being tired, and this is the right video for you. So number 10 in my most effective fatigue killers are supplements. There are certain supplements that will really help you to improve your energy levels. But before I get into the 5 supplements that I think are really necessary and will really help you with your energy levels, make sure that you actually go to a doctor and get your blood tested for deficiencies. So you don't want to supplement something when you already have enough of that mineral in your body. And if you don't have a deficiency in still low levels, it's still worth to supplement. So what happened when I did my blood test? It came out that I have low iron, low vitamin D3, low B12. I don't eat meat. I only eat fish, but I don't really eat a lot of fish. So if you're vegetarian or if you're vegan, you probably will have low levels of vitamin B12. And then 2 other supplements that I started to take is zinc, because zinc is really good also not just for like energy levels, but it's also great for your skin health. It's great for your hair, it's for your nails. And then what I started to do, especially because I work out a lot, and if you work out a lot and you don't supplement magnesium, that can be a problem because that can really cause your fatigue especially if you're quite an active person. So I started taking magnesium, especially at night. It's magnesium citrate that I take, that's a powder, and I just put that in some water before I go to bed, and it literally zones me out. It makes me so tired. It makes me sleep so amazing, and an amazing sleep is obviously also really important for having more energy throughout the day. So the things that I supplement is iron, B12, vitamin D3. I think vitamin D3 is literally the most important vitamin that I take, and that may have the most significant change because I always used to be, especially in winter, super tired, no energy, always kind of depressive, kind of like just not in a good mental state. And since I've been supplementing it in like the whole year, not just in winter, it completely changed my life. Number 9 is hydration. I have a little glass of water always on my desk. When you experience thirst, that is already the first sign of your body that you are already dehydrated. Thirst is something that you should not experience throughout the day when you don't like exercise or you don't sweat a lot, because that is already a sign that you are not drinking enough. Okay, so you make sure that you always drink. Don't wait to be thirsty to drink. Also, you might get like headaches. You might feel hungry because your body sometimes confuses hunger with thirst. So you start to like snack and you start to get peckish, but you're actually thirsty. When you wake up in the morning, the first thing you do is drink a glass of water, because when you wake up in the morning, your body has not been hydrated for 7-8 hours. So your body is quite dehydrated. So you really want to activate your body by drinking a large glass of water. Number 8 is limit your alcohol intake. Alcohol actually disrupts your sleep quality, and sleep quality is super important to recharge you and to really like have that energy for the next day. Already 1 glass of alcohol will already have an effect on your sleep quality. And since I've been watching my sleep with my watch, it really shows like when I have a glass of wine, it's always disrupted. If I don't do it, I suddenly have much better sleep. You might not notice this yourself because when you drink, especially if you're like quite drunk, you fall asleep quickly and you feel like, oh wow, I can sleep quite well. But it's not actually quality sleep, not the sleep that will help you to really recharge and have that energy for the next day. Number 7, how you eat. If you're someone who has a slump after lunch and you just want to go and nap, that's your sign that how you eat might be not the best. Overeating and eating too fast will actually cause you to feel really tired because your body will need all that energy to actually digest that amount of food that you just consumed. So make sure that you eat, especially if you want to stay focused, that you eat smaller portions and lighter meals. For lunch, I like to have a light lunch because I do not want to feel tired and drained after my meal. The same goes for undereating. If you're prone to like eating too little, or you're like really watching what you eat, that is also a problem because that can really drain you. You need to have enough energy. So if you're someone who's skipping meals and then you feel really tired, or then you start to overeat on the next meal, that's a habit that you would really want to change. Okay, so start eating enough for your meals and eating like whole foods, eating like the right foods that give you energy, that don't deplete energy. Food is energy. You need that energy. Even if you feel like, oh, you don't really move a lot, your brain needs energy to function. So make sure that you don't undereat, but you also don't want to overeat, that you like need to unbutton your pants and you want to like go and take a nap. Number 6, you need to get enough sleep. You might get a lot of sleep, but you might not get good sleep. That again goes back to drinking alcohol, eating too much at night. These are all factors that disrupt your sleep quality. If you have a certain time in the morning where you have to get up, you need to make sure you go to bed in an adequate time. So make sure that you start going to bed early. Really see that as an act of self-love for yourself. Have that discipline with yourself, and self-discipline is self-love, to give you that as a gift for the next day. Number 5, that is getting a sleep tracker. I have this watch. It's a pull-out watch. It's like an activity tracker and all that kind of stuff. And I don't know how accurate the friggin' sleep tracker is, but for me, I see a difference. And for me, it really helps me. It helps me to stay accountable with my sleep and really starting to prioritize sleep, because people, when I hear sleep, are like, oh, it's boring. But honestly, guys, it is so important. Number 4 is stress management. And I cannot stress this enough, how important this is. Imagine you do all the right things. You don't drink a lot of alcohol. You don't overeat. You do all the things that I've already mentioned. You hydrate, and you still feel tired throughout the day. You feel drained. That can be a reason because you are stressed. I had a job once where I was so stressed. I hated my job, and I was like completely like stressed out. When you get into these thought loops at night, like when you maybe wake up at night and you cannot fall back asleep because you're just thinking about work, that is a sign that your body is literally in fight or flight. Like you're literally so stressed out. That's why it's important. You need to have habits for stress management. That could be completely different things. Like I like to journal in the morning. I like to just get all that like junk out of my head, put it on paper, and just like, it's almost like a morning cleanse for my brain. Knoochie. The Knoochies are fighting on the bed. So I like to do visualizations, like a future self visualizations. I linked one down below that I think this really helps. Stretching in the morning, yoga, Pilates, anything that really like helps you to like wake up your body, like doing a little workout. What also really helps me with stress relief is running. Also just spending time with friends and going for like a nice meal and just talking to someone, speaking it out, getting like input from someone else. Either put it down on paper or speak with someone that you trust. Now we're in the top 3 is mindset. That is literally so crucial. And when I talk about mindset, I specifically mean self-talk. When you constantly reaffirming to yourself that
you're so tired, or you're so exhausted, or you can't do something,
you are literally programming your body that you're tired. Your brain is literally connected to your whole body, to all the cells in your body through neurotransmitters. And when you program your brain to like be that negative, all this negativity goes into your body, goes into your cells. Watch what you're saying to yourself and how you're programming your body. And I have a whole video on self-talk to create amazing self-talk for yourself so that you actually start living your best life and become your best self. So make sure to check that out below. So what you can do is you can actually activate your cells in your body to boost your energy. So you need to start to affirming to yourself that you are awake, that you have energy. Think about, this is how I'm programming my body now. This is like, I'm literally programming my body to be full of energy. What I like to do is a pattern interrupt. So that is when your brain is in a loop of like certain thoughts, and then you want to like interrupt that pattern, because literally what our brain is just like some software. It's like just programmed. Okay, so we want to reprogram it, and we do that by interrupting the pattern that your lower brain is running. So if you're in this loop of
like all the time, I'm so fatigued,
and I catch myself that my brain is running this program, I'm like I clap my hands, it's what I do, and I like interrupt it. I'm like, this is my old programming, now I'm saying something different. And I say, no, I have energy. No, I can do this. No, I can focus. So start telling yourself that you're vibrant, that you have energy, and that you're going to kick ass. Number 2, super important, movement and exercise. You're just tired and you're just like sit on the sofa and you don't want to do anything. And then you just like, no, I'm going to tap into my willpower. Something in your brain is like, no, we're not doing this. When you have that moment of like, no, I am doing this. I want to be proud of myself. And then you actually get up from the sofa and you go outside and you don't get into perfectionism and you think, oh, now I need to like run a 10K or something, because of course you don't want to do that. But I'm just doing the minimum, which is maybe going for a little walk for like 20 minutes with a podcast. And oh my God, like you feel so much better. You made yourself proud. Yeah, you kept your promises to yourself. So it's always better to do something than nothing. So get out of perfectionism, because perfectionism is probably what is keeping you from reaching your goals right now. Just do the minimum. The minimum could just be a walk. And that positivity, that will also boost your energy. There's also a physical aspect why movement and exercise gives you energy. And that is called increased mitochondrial biogenesis. And that means that exercise stimulates the production of new mitochondria in your cells. As you engage in physical activities, your cells actually adapt to the increased demand for energy by creating more mitochondria. Mitochondria are the little powerhouses of your cells. That is literally your life force in a way, because that is what gives you energy. And this increased mitochondrial density enhances your cell's capacity to create ATP. And ATP is literally the primary energy currency of your body. And going out for a walk, moving your body or exercising is actually increasing your energy. So now we come to number 1. For me, literally the most important aspect of having energy. It's, I think, the number one thing I made changes in that had like the biggest effect. And that is diet. When I just always was tired and sluggish and couldn't really focus, and I just felt like this is my normal life, like a big change happened. A few years ago, I had a January where I stopped drinking alcohol, stopped eating wheat, and stopped eating sugar for a whole month. And with sugar, I mean like refined sugar, but also sweeteners. The only thing I ate was fruit. It was extremely important for me. And the reason why is because I realized this is how I am actually supposed to feel. Because the way you feel after cutting out these things, especially sugar and sweeteners, was incredible. I had so much energy. I literally jumped out of bed in the morning. It was crazy. I had the most amazing sleeps because my focus was so clear. I stopped craving treats and coffee in the afternoon. I literally had a coffee all the time in the afternoon. Coffee in the afternoon can also really disrupt your sleep. So now my latest coffee that I have is at 12 p.m. because that gives me like a much better sleep. Because you might think, oh, coffee in the afternoon doesn't really do anything, but similar to alcohol, your sleep quality will probably be quite bad. I always had this brain fog, and when I stopped eating sugar, the brain fog completely like disappeared. It was crazy. It was literally like I'm a new human being. Wow, this is how I'm supposed to feel. So I live in a world where I do want to eat sugar. Like I don't want to have a lifestyle where I don't eat sugar, where I don't have treats. What I'm doing now is I just pay attention more to it. Like I know that if I, for example, have a sugary breakfast, that will disrupt the whole day for me because I will have cravings, my blood sugar will go up and then crash, and that will give me this brain fog, that will give me this low focus, that will give me those cravings to eat more sugar to get this blood sugar back up. If you're just on this blood sugar roller coaster, that will drain your energy. Just pay attention to what sugar does to you and how it makes you feel. Have a wholesome breakfast because that will really like help you to stable your blood sugar, especially in the morning when you want to have that energy. Drinking a sugary latte from Starbucks, for example, will raise your blood sugar. So don't have that as a breakfast drink. Of course, I have days where I eat pancakes for breakfast, especially on the weekends. But then I also make sure that I'm out and about afterwards, that I actually use that glucose for my muscles, for my body to like process. But if you just sit at home and work on your desk, that glucose will not be used and it will just spike up and it won't do anything, and then it will crash and then you will feel fatigued. I have a whole breakfast guide for unlimited energy. Make sure you download that below. It's free. You can just like use it. There are like 7 recipes for 7 days for blood sugar friendly breakfast. Basically what you want to pay attention to in your breakfast is that you prioritize protein and fiber. If you feel like your fatigue is actually chronic and habit and lifestyle change is not actually doing anything, make sure you go to a doctor because there can be some physical problems that you have, maybe something with your thyroid, maybe something with your hormones. And since healthy eating and diet is so important to boost your energy levels and to feel amazing, make sure that you watch my video next on the 24 foods to eat in 2024. Bye guys.